Alright there, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a video, but I'm back out. So anyway, today I've parked up in the little car park at the end of Harsop Village, and I'm off out for a solo wild camp. However, this one's a little bit special because it's for charity. There's a guy on Facebook, a lad called Alan Horvath. He's the administrator of the Lake District Hiking and Wild Camping Group, and he set up a fundraiser to raise funds for the Keswick Mountain Rescue Team. He set himself a target of £10,000, and I think he's absolutely smashed that. I think he's raised in excess of £12,000 now through people donating to his GoFundMe page, and he's done a few raffles where he's had loads of different companies and individuals donate prizes. There's been some cracking prizes as well. And then one of the other things he's done is he's arranged a wild camp, and he's hoping to get 214 people camping on all of the 214 Wainwrights. However, today's wild camp is a rescheduled date because the original camp was supposed to have taken place back in June, and due to inclement weather, Alan decided to cancel and reschedule it for today, which is Saturday the 9th of August. So here we are. So my felling question, if you haven't already guessed, I just come over here. It's up there, Gray Crag. Now my last video that I did, the last wild camp that I did was up on Harsop Village. That was back in April. That goes to show how long it is since I've done a wild camp. My last video, I think, was when I was one of my pals, took him up the Lake District for his first time hiking up in the fells. That day we went up onto Ullet Pike, Longside, Skiddaw, Carlside and Dodd. Had a cracking day. Anyway, nearly lost my hat there. Let's move on. Yeah, when I pulled up here this morning, the weather wasn't too good. It was raining on and off. So I've just been sat in the car there, had a bit of lunch, waiting for it to pass, because the weather forecast for the day isn't too good, to be honest with you. It's forecast to be around about 12 degrees. Wind speed of around about 26 to 30 miles per hour, with gusts of around about 30 to 40 miles per hour. But that's due to change as we move further into the evening. I was going to make the walk a little bit longer if the weather had been half decent. Instead of going straight up onto Gray Crag, I was going to have a walk up to Hazewater, then go up onto Gray Knot, along the Roman Road onto High Street on the Straits of Riggindale, and then I was going to go around to Thornthwaite Crag and then drop down onto Gray Crag. But because of the weather being a bit hitty missy, I thought, nah, I'll give that a miss this time. And like I said earlier, I haven't done anything for a few months, so I've just basically been dossing around at home. You get stuck in a rut, don't you? So in the last couple of weeks, what I've done is I've gone under a little bit of a diet. I want to try and lose a few pounds, and I've took up doing a little bit of running around my local woodland area just to get a bit of fitness back. Saying that, this looks pretty steep getting up here. all the way up here. Yeah, that's where we're going. All the views are starting to open up now. Got St Sunday Crag over there, Harsop above How. Then that'll take you up onto Hart Crag and then round on to Fairfield. Just up here, that's Brock Crags. Yep, it's all looking nice now. Got some sunny spells as well. Weather forecast's been spot on up to now. It did predict that the weather would improve as we move into the afternoon, and it's not wrong, thank God. Nice new gate here. Brand spanking new that. We'll go through the small gate. Alright, so just going back to the charity camp. Everyone that's doing the camp, what Alan would like them to do is when they get on top, take a photograph of yourself with your tent, or just your tent on your own, and then at 11 o'clock tonight we would like everybody to get out the tents with the head torches and have a walk around on the fell top, and then hopefully you'll see everybody who's out camping for the night on the adjacent and distant fells. So that should be a sight to see. Yeah, I'm pleased the weather's improved. Good that I didn't set off and do the longer route, but you wouldn't have been able to see anything. It was all clagged in up and around the knot and everything, so I thought I'll give that one a miss. Tell you what, mind, it's good to be back out. This charity camp, it's given me the kick up the backside that I've needed. Get me off that couch and get me back out into the great outdoors. Nice bit of fresh air. Just walked past our path there. We should have joined a path that's not very well defined. That'll take us up onto Gray Crag. But I've walked a little bit further up here to show you this. That down there, that's the filter house, which used to filter water from Hazewater, which is further up the way. It used to filter the water from Hazewater Gill down into Penrith. Aye. See Calfgate Gill there, just over here. Prison Gills there, and then just coming into view over here. Jesus, nearly lost my hat. Just coming into view. Shite, I've lost it. Got it. Hey, I thought I was a goner there. It was nearly down in the gill. What I was going to say was, that up there is the knot. I think I might need to tighten my hat up a little bit. It goes to show how strong this wind actually is. Alright, this looks like the path here. Comes all the way up here. And then we carry on up there. Just steady away though. One step at a time. Don't know if the camera will pick this up, but Brothers Water's coming into view over there now. Got Helvellyn up there. Then you can just say Catsy Camp. I don't know how much of the audio that this camera's picking up, because it is rather windy and I don't have an external an external mic. Maybe it should be something I need to look at investing in. Looks steep that like. Oh, love it though. Like I've always said, one step at a time and you will make it to the top. The beauty with not powering on though and getting to the top, you can stop and have a look round. Look what you've came up. Look at all the beautiful scenery behind you. Like say, look at all that. Stunning. So always remember when you're out on a walk, don't forget to look back. Right, now then, let's crack on. So while I stop for a rest, I'll give you a bit more crack. Since my last video, I've been buying a new tent. I'm not going to say what it is, and I have brought it with me. However, it's back down there in the car. Yeah, the weather today has dictated which tent I was going to bring. Looking at the weather forecast last night, I thought there's only one tent for this type of weather, and that's my Hilleberg Solo Black Label. So that's what I brought. Even right up until the last minute in the car, I was thinking about swapping them out. But to be honest with you, at this moment in time, I'm pleased I haven't. Yeah, it does say the wind's going to calm down later, but I didn't want to take any risks, so I brought the safety tent. I'm not going to say too much about the new tent because I'll keep that for a later video. And the other reason why I haven't brought it up here, it does state that it is a 3 to 4 season tent, but to be honest with you, it doesn't look as strong as the Solo, so for that reason the Solo's coming out tonight, and I'll have the tent out in a future video. The new tent will be an old tent by then. The blue skies now, man. 2 hours ago it was just all grey and mist and fog, and it just looked shite. But look at it now. That's Lake District weather for you. You've got to come prepared for every eventuality, because the weather can change at the drop of a hat, and sometimes the weather forecast can be wrong as well. However, today it's a thumbs up for the weather forecast. It's been bang on up to now, so give credit where it's due. Aye, it's a steep one, tough going. I've just had my anemometer out checking the wind speed, and I was getting readings of between 15 and 20 miles per hour. We're only about halfway up now, and if we're getting them sort of speeds now, it's going to be well into the 20s on top, probably pushing 30s. So it was a wise choice for me to swap my tents out and bring the Hilleberg Solo with us. Last time I was up on Gray Crag, I'd walked up on the Harsop Village, up on the Stony Cove Pike, down and up on the Thornthwaite Crag, and then dropped down onto Gray Crag and came down this way. That was a good few years back now. Wow man, look at it. Beautiful. I can't believe I've left it for so long to get myself back out. Yeah, I'm loving it. A lone tree there, grown up from out of the rocks, standing proud. Yeah, when we get up onto Gray Crag, we'll be able to look down onto Hayeswater. It's a beautiful sight, it is. It's actually a nice walk up to Hayeswater. If you carry on along the path that we were coming up before we turned off to climb up Gray Crag, if you just carry on, follow that wall line all the way to the end here, and that'll bring you out at Hayeswater. Nice one for the family. Get the family up there for the day. I've just stopped here for a little bit of rest out of the wind. The wind's blowing in from the west, which is in that direction over there, and I'm sheltered by these crags here. There's the little tree, or the lone tree that we were looking at a couple of minutes ago. So yeah, we've walked around here and come up here. Wow. If it wasn't for the wind, it would be absolutely perfect. Talk about false summits. Look at that. Look at this, man. Harsop dot over there. It's camped over there on my last camp. And that there, I'll be looking up onto Stony Cove Pike. I think that down there is Pasture Beck. The greenery on the fell side looks absolutely stunning. I don't know if the camera's doing it any justice or not, but believe me, it is stunning. I have got my water filter with us, and I have carried water because I didn't think there'd be any water up here. But yeah, there's a water source. Look at that. Not. What a day, man. Absolutely brilliant. I know people say all the time it beats sitting on the couch, but it definitely does. Hard work, but it does beat sitting on the couch. My legs are feeling it now though. Right then, like I promised back there, here's the view of Hayeswater. Look how gorgeous this is. And that there, that's looking straight up onto High Street. All this here, all the way around. That's what I had planned to walk this morning if the weather had been better, but I definitely wasn't going to go walking up there in the clag, like, definitely not. But no man, look at that, what a view, beautiful. Oh, right over in the distance there, again I don't know if the camera will make all that out, but I think that's looking over onto the Coniston range there. Behind us there's Blencathra. Can you drop down there in it? no coming back from that if you fall down that. Definitely not. Way up those these two. They're blocking the way. May I pass? May I pass? I mean no harm. I come in peace. Nichols Water's in view there now as well. Looking class. Anderson Crag down there. Camped on that one. And then Burke's, Glenridden Dodd and Sheffield Pike. And then looking up over onto the Dodds, Stybarrow Dodd. Aye, it's all opening up now. Down here you'll have Weather Hill and Lowpot Hill. That'll take you back down towards Martindale, where Hallenfell is. I've only seen one person since I came up here. Hopefully there's nobody else camped up here, because it's mine for the night. I've booked it. No room at the inn. Look at that. Class in it. Absolutely fantastic. The wind's died down here and all. Totally silent. Heaven. Just loving it. All round. It's all clear, all the tops are clear now. Look at it. Even Blencathra in the distance there. Place fell over there. This is what it's all about, isn't it? Getting out there and enjoying it. I said earlier I'm on a little bit of a diet. I had a salad there for me lunch. I'm bloody starving now though. I haven't got much scran for tonight either. I'll show you that once we get the tent pitched and all that. But I haven't got a lot. Got a couple of tinnies. This looks like the summit cairn here. So we'll make our way to that and get tapped out. Now there's the cairn here. But I don't think this is the true summit. I think the true summit on the map is shown after the wall. So we'll have a walk over there. It's years ago since I've been up here, and I cannot remember what the top was like. I always remember looking down onto Hayeswater, like, how can you forget that view, eh? Right then, over there, that big lump, that's Thornthwaite Crag. On top of that there's a big pillar. Drop down into Thresthwaite Mouth and then up onto Stony Cove Pike. Right, I've just walked past the wall there, and where I'm currently stood, according to the map, this is the top of Gray Crag, 699 metres. There's nothing to say this is the top, but what I'll do is I'll leave a picture of my location on the map on the screen. Well, I've been up to the cairn up there, I've touched that. There's nothing else down this way, so yeah, we're here. Right, just need to find somewhere to pitch the tent. I'm probably thinking maybe behind that wall somewhere, if I can get in behind the wall, that is, because it's very rocky on top, and hopefully the wall will provide us a little bit of shelter from the wind, because the wind is coming in this direction. So yeah, we'll have a look about anyway. Aye, so just looking back over here, I've already pointed out the knot. You've got Ramsgale Head, High Raise I think it is over there, and then just here Kidsty Pike, which I've also camped on. The day I camped on Kidsty Pike, I'd parked down at Mardale Head at Haweswater, and I walked up Rough Crag up onto High Street and up onto the north, Ramsgale Head, High Race and Kidsty Pike, and then dropped off the end of Kidsty Pike the following morning back down to the car park. That was a decent walk, that. Really enjoyed that walk. Tough going again, but did really enjoy it. I was hoping for something similar today, but nah, the weather was shit, so thought better of it. But anyway, we're here now, and I need to find somewhere to put my tent and then get settled in for the evening. Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting out of the tent at 11 o'clock tonight with the head torch on, with my new torch as well. Oh, I've got a new torch, so I'll have that out and we'll see all the lights around the surrounding fells. See who's out. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Two lads down there just been cracking on too. They're currently doing the Wainwrights. They've just had an 8-hour journey to get the Lake District. Talk about commitment. So if you're watching this video, Gavin and Chris, it was great meeting you both, and good luck on your Wainwright journey. Well, I think I found my pitching spot here. It's reasonably flat. The grass is a little bit tufty, but way up, nearly lost the hat again. As soon as I start speaking there, the wind's picked up, hasn't it? It's been calm while I haven't been on camera. As soon as I pick the camera up, the wind arrives. Anyway, going back, a reasonably flat spot here. Grass is a bit tufty, but I've got my 9-inch Eastern peg, so there shouldn't be a problem with them. But what I've done is, the cairns here, so I've come back through the wall, onto this side of the wall where the cairn was, because when I was down there, I couldn't really see any of Angletown pikes, and I think there'll be a few people on there tonight and possibly play a spell. So this location here, I'm going to get a good view of all the surrounding fells and be able to look out for all the head torches. Also on this side here, I'm only literally a couple of yards away from the edge, looking down onto that spectacular view of Hazewater. So see my bag's just there. So yeah, I think I'm going to pitch the tent there. And then, like I say, I've got a good view all around to look out for the head torches later on. So yeah, I'm going to get my tent pitched. Damn, I don't think the camera will have picked that up. The red arrows have just flown through. Wow, what a sight that was. Well, that's the tent pitch. I'll give you a look around. With that pitch. Wind's picking up again now as well. So we'll get all my gear put in the tent, get it all set up, and I might either have a coffee or I might have a can. I don't know yet, I haven't made my mind up. Alright then, let's get all the gear in and I'll show you what I've got. Right then, that's all the gear set up in the tent. I'll give you a look inside and show you what kit I've got tonight. So, starting with the sleeping system, air mat is my usual Thermarest Neo Air X-Therm mat. Tonight I've swapped out the mountain equipment Helium 600 sleeping bag for the Rab Neutrino Pro 300 sleeping bag, and I've got the Sea to Summit Aeros pillow. In the pouch over here I've got my toiletries and some baby wipes there. I've got my head torch and a normal torch. I've got my electricals there, my charger pack, spare batteries for my camera down there, the Goal Zero lantern there. Down the bottom of the tent, the two dry bags there. One's got me nightwear in, so some thermals and some socks and a fleece. And the other bag has got me down jacket in. Here, turn round. Right. So here, I've got my stove. It's the Wildside Adventures Featherlight 700 stove. It's a alcohol stove. So in this little bag here, you've got the burner and the fuel there, bioethanol fuel. I've got my little Yeti mug there, love that. Heavy, but spot on for keeping your drinks warm. Under my stove I've got some soldering mat, and then I've got a little chopping board that I've coated in some titanium mat. Just stop the heat penetrating through both of those and burning me footprint. Drinks for tonight, I've got a couple of beers. Northern Monk, Bobby Abbey, Hazy IPA, 6%. And a Tiny Rebel, Hop Hut, Summer Slam, 5.5%. Got my water bladder there, 2 litre Hydro Pack. That'll do for me food and all that later on, and any coffees. And then I've got like a little goodie bag here. So in here I've got my food for tonight, which is the real Termat, beef and potato. I think it'd be like a stew. So I'm looking forward to having that later on. Got some fridge raiders there. Katsu curry chicken bites. Got some coffees there. Taylor's Lava Java or hot Lava Java coffee. I've got some beef jerky. Some milk there for me coffee. Couple of cereal bars for in the morning there. Oh, and the Yorkie! Get in there! The good old-fashioned Yorkie bar. Yes, I'm on a diet, but I've done some graft getting up 8 a day, so I'm going to look forward to that later on with a nice hot cup of coffee. So, yeah, that's all my stuff for tonight. Like I said, yeah, I haven't got much to eat because I'm trying to cut down. So, but yeah, all's good. So, I think I'm going to crack a can open and just sit back and chill, looking at all these views here. Look at that. What a way to spend your Saturday night, eh? Get in there. Loving life. What a night, man. Colours in the sky are absolutely unreal. Wow, looking absolutely awesome. Anyway, I think I'm going to have myself a snack and I might have a can. I might get my down jacket on because it's getting a bit chilly now as well. That wind's got a little bit of a bite to it. I'll have the Northern Monk, Bobby Abbey. Here's the IPA. Let's give this a blast. Certainly smells nice. Yep, very nice. What a night, man. Absolutely unreal. Have some of these fridge raiders. Yeah, sometimes you go out and the weather is absolutely shit, but it's the moments like this make it all worth it. Oh, right, it's time to cook some scran now, so I'm going to put some fuel in my burner. I'll find it. Got my little measuring jug there to measure out 25 or 30 mil. Pour that into the burner. Kicked my lager over earlier, I was gutted. So I'll make sure I screw that fuel lid back on there so I don't kick that out. Right, I want my little lighter, so I need my little bag. Got that. Some water. Some water in here. It's got the measurement markers on the inside of the pot. Maybe put about 400 mil or something into there. Yeah, that'll be. Stick that in there and fire it up. And that's it. One in there. Lid on. And that'll probably take about 9 minutes to boil. So like I say, I've got the beef and potato real turmap meal there. I do really like them meals. Expensive, but they are really nice. Oh, I didn't tell you. While that's boiling, I better get myself a new torch by Olight. It's the Baton 3 Pro Max, 2,500 lumens it is, and I got it at the bargain price of £58.46. There was a flash sale on, normally £89.99, and I think it was a 2-day sale, so I checked after 2 days to make sure it had gone up in price, and sure enough it had. So quite a bargain there. I'll give you a lowdown on the spec. I'll just get my phone, and because I can't remember it all. So it's rated as IPX8, so it's waterproof. It's got a 1.5 meter drop resistance. It's got a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, and the light itself, there's 5 different settings on there. You've got moon mode, which is 1 lumen, and that would last 60 days. Low mode is 15 lumens, and that would last for 180 hours, and that has a throw or a beam length of 10 meters. The medium setting is 120 lumens,
and that would last for 23 hours, and that has a throw of 32 meters, and the high is 800 lumens, and that would last for 243 minutes, which is about 4 hours, and that has a throw of 83 meters. And then there's turbo mode, which would only last for 1 minute, but it has a throw of 145 meters. But on turbo mode, once it's been on a minute, it will drop down to the high mode. After 243 minutes on high mode, it will drop down to the medium mode. So it's got a battery indicator on it, which is flashing green there, and all you do is to check the battery indicator. You give it a shake and it would cause the battery indicator to light up. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there. Green means, I think it means it's got over 60 to 100% charge. Then I think yellow is, I think, up to 60%, and then red, I think, is less than 5%. It's got a proximity sensor on it, so for example, if the torch came on accidentally and it was into close proximity to something, it would dull the beam, and then when you took the torch away from the object, it would brighten up again. It's got a timer on it, so if the torch should accidentally get turned on, you can have a timer for 3 minutes or a timer for 9 minutes. And it's got a lockout, so it's quite a useful torch. So I think that's the low beam there. That's medium. And then high. If I press and hold again, oh, that must be high. Yeah, that's low, medium, high. And then if you turn it off and press and hold it, it goes into moon mode. That would last 60 days in that mode. If I double click it, sorry, that was triple click it, it would strobe. And if I put it on in normal mode, then double click it, that's the turbo mode. So yeah, I've always fancied a decent torch, and now I've got one, so I'll give it a try out later on. Spot on. Well, that's me water boiling there now. There we go. It takes a little bit longer than the gas, but you got nothing else to do, have you? So, and the beauty with that is, in the colder months, it won't die like the gas does. Saying that though, I do like my MSR WinPro 2. You can invert the canister on that. So anyway, let's get this rail termite meal knocked up. Smells alright. I always put my finger on the fill line. Good stir up. That's sealed, and we need to leave it for 8 minutes. Well, that's been about 8-9 minutes now, so we'll get opened up, give it a stir and give it a try. Hey, certainly smells alright. Right, let's give it a blast. Tastes nice. Couple of chunks of beef on there. Open another can there. I'll try and not kick this one over. Right, I'm going to eat this, drink my can, and I'll come back to you a bit later on. We'll see you in a bit. Ah, yeah, there's been a lot of bad press on social media lately about not so much wild camping, but this fly camping malarkey. People camping around the lakeside edges with the cheap tents. Yeah, they're having a good time and all that, having barbecues and lighting fires, but then they just leave all the crap, don't they? And there's no need for it. It is getting out of hand. But for me, as a genuine wild camper, I always make sure I take everything that came up with me back down. If I see somebody else's rubbish, I'll pick it up and put it in my rubbish bag as well. It is getting a little bit out of hand, and there's times when I'm going out wild camping, I feel as though I'm getting frowned upon, where if people just knew the difference between a wild camper and a fly camper, they'd know that wild campers go above and beyond to keep the area clean and tidy and picking up other people's crap. I made a comment to somebody the other day there, and it wasn't just about wild camping, it was just walking the fells. They can be just as equally guilty for littering as somebody fly camping. I had to walk down Friars Crag a couple of years ago, walking along there, Friars Crag, beautiful. If you've never been, get yourself there. And there was dog crap bags left at the side or hanging on trees. Used tissues on the floor. Oh, it just annoys me so much. Like I say, when I come wild camping, look at, I take a rubbish bag. There's all my rubbish in my bag, and all of that will come down with me in the morning. If I find any other litter, I'll add that to my rubbish. It's not hard, but again, a little bit of praise for Alan Horvath, who runs the Lake District Hiking and Wild Camping group on Facebook. If you are out on the fells and you do see or come across a tent that's just been left, barbecues, chairs, air mats, quilts, whatever, if you contact Alan through the group with the exact location and some photographs, or if you've got the what 3 words app, that would be even better. Then he can make arrangements to go and collect it. And give him his due, he does go out his way and collect it on his own sometimes. But like, there may be some other volunteers that's in the area who might call by and collect it. It is getting out of hand. It has got to a point where it is quite ridiculous, really. Like, it's just ruining the area, and it's supposed to be enjoyed by everyone. People don't want to come to the Lake District and look at other people's shite. So just take it home with you. Well, anyway, that's all I'm going to rant on about that. I just wanted to get it out there that yes, you've got your genuine wild campers, so please don't tar them all with the same brush. We are a good bunch of people. We go out in all weathers, and we love what we do. Anyway, my food was alright. I enjoyed it. Enjoying me can without kicking it over. I'm just sat here now with the door wide open. A bit of fresh air in. The wind's still up a little bit. It's calmed down a lot though. And I'm just sitting and chilling. Just been outside there looking at the moon. Jesus Christ. Look at this footage what I've taken. Absolutely awesome. Hey, well, it's 22:11 now. Another 20 minutes and I'll be going outside the tent with the head torch on and having a good walk around and then looking out for other people camping. I've seen a few lights flashing and that like, so that moon was absolutely stunning. Oh wow. And then when I've been out there, I think I'll come in, make myself a brew and then get myself ready for bed. Get up early in the morning and fingers crossed we get a sunrise. I'm a little bit gutted that I didn't bring my new tent out tonight like. I think it would have handled the weather okay, but you're not to know, are you? So it's there for another day. Got a Jimmy long legs on me back. Jesus Christ. Didn't like them like. Here you see all types of creepy crawlies when you're camping. I wouldn't care, I don't like spiders are out either. I am just curious to know how many people's out tonight. I think Alan said there was 120, but we'll see. I think a couple's dropped out earlier on today. Sure, we'll find out the results in due course. Well, it's 11:25 now. Just been out and watched the light show outside on the fells. Saw quite a few lights. Quite impressive, really. Enjoyed it. But I've just made myself a brew. A nice hot lava java coffee. Taylor's coffee bags. Oh yes, very nice. Very, very nice. So, without further ado, you know what time it is. You know what I have with me coffee at the end of the night. Yes, it's coming. The Yorkie bar. You guessed right. The good old-fashioned Yorkie bar. I haven't had one of these for about 3 months, so it's long overdue. Oh yes, listen to that. Oi! Get in there. Oh, right on. Really enjoyed today. Had a fantastic time. Nice slow walk up on the top. A nice chill out in the car this morning. Waiting for the weather to clear. Because there was no way I was going out in that. Didn't need to. As soon as I saw the break in the clouds, that was it. Gear on and out. Up the fell. Oh. Right, going on about YouTube. There's quite a few of them now. Seem to be like taking a break from it, in there. There's MCM Chris Hughes. I think he's got like a lot of family commitments now. Dave Blair, Solo Summer Tier. He's picked up an injury. Andrew Beavers, he hasn't been out for a while. Bushman and Blue, God, I bet he hasn't been on for about 3 months. All the ones I watch, they're the ones that give me inspiration. I can understand people getting a bit sick of doing the YouTube because it is hard work. You've got to give credit to Blood Outdoors, 3 days a week. Anyway, I'm just going to finish this, finish my coffee, go and brush my teeth, and then I'm going to climb in my bed and get some sleep. And I think I'm on a slight slope, so I'm going to be sliding off it all night. Sunrise in the morning, I think it's about 20 to 6. Let me phone up. Yeah, 20 to 6. So I'll probably get up about 5 o'clock or something, and I may put my camera on time lapse and see if I can get a bit of the sunrise on time lapse. That's if there is a sunrise, so we'll see in the morning. Anyway, good night for now, and I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Alarm clock's just gone off there at 4:45, and I've just popped my head out the door there, and as you can see the orange glow in the sky. Looks like we're going to get a sunrise. Get in there. Hey, had a bit of a rubbish night's sleep. Like I said last night, me mat is on a slight slope, so I was sort of forcing my body to stay on the mat. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. Anyway, I'm gonna go out and set the camera on time lapse and try and capture some footage of the sunrise. Cheers everybody, happy Sunday morning. Oh, beautiful. What a beautiful morning. The wind's calmed right down as well. Absolutely perfect morning. Looking awesome. I'm just looking back over towards Placeville here, and if we come round, looking over onto the Helvellyn range over there, you see Catsley Cam. A little bit of cloud moving by Helvellyn there. What was St Sunday Crag there. Fairfield. Hart Crag. All looking beautiful. I just love it on the morning when the sun starts to rise and you see the glow of the sunshine hitting the fells. Absolutely beautiful. Well, that's the sun fully risen. Just allowing the tent to dry out. To be honest, it wasn't that bad for condensation, but if there is any condensation on the tent, that'll definitely burn it all off, dry it all out. Oh man. Ha. Class, I'm just lost for words. Let's have a look down onto Haweswater. Let's have a look down onto Hayswater. Look at this. Stunning. That's generally a good spot down there for wild campers. But strangely enough, there isn't one tent down there from last night. It's mornings like this where you don't really want to pack up and go home. You just want to make the most of it. Like I said last night, this is what it's all about. Yeah, you put up with all the bad weather, all the rain, wind, and it's all worth it for moments like this. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to carry on packing some of my gear away and then I'll be ready to drop the tent. Right, that's me all packed away. Rucksack's there, ready to hire on the old back. But before I do that, I'll just show you where I was last night. Flattened grass, made sure I've left no pegs, made sure I've left no rubbish. Always remember, leave no trace. Like I said yesterday, there's been a bit of bad press in the Lake District of late, with people fly camping, leaving all the crap behind, and it's just not acceptable. The locals and visitors to the area aren't standing for it anymore. So if you visit the Lake District, just remember, follow the golden rule, leave no trace, take home what you brought with you, and if you see any rubbish, pick it up and put it in a bin, or if there isn't a bin around, take that home with you as well. Let's keep the place clean and tidy and make it enjoyable for everybody. Nobody wants to see other people's rubbish, do they? Anyway, I'm going to chuck the rucksack on and get on off the fell. I don't want to, but I do have things to do when I get home. So, Gray Crag, it's been an absolute pleasure. Anyway, I'll speak to you again on the way down. I know I've already said this, but I'm going to say it again. What an absolutely amazing morning. Makes you feel alive. Can't beat mornings like this. Cool chill in the air, and then you got the warmth of that sun shining down on the back of your neck. It's beautiful. Look at that for a view, man. Wow. Amazing, isn't it? Straight down onto Brothers Water there.
it just looks like glass. Right, that's me back down onto the main path now, straight back down to the car park. So I'm only 5 minutes away from the van. So I'm going to take this opportunity to wrap this video up here. I've had an absolutely fantastic camp, brilliant walk up yesterday. I've enjoyed every single minute of it. It's been absolutely fantastic. It's been brilliant to get out again. And I tell you what, I won't be leaving it so long for next time that I'm out. But if you've enjoyed this video, why not subscribe to my channel? It doesn't cost you anything, and you'll get notifications of when another video is going to be released. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It's just that little thumb, just one press. A lot of people forget, but it does make a difference. If you've got any comments or any questions to ask, then fire away in the comments, and I will get back to every single one of them. But anyway, get yourself out in the great outdoors, enjoy life, leave no trace, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ta for now.